Welcome to Art Ed Radio, the podcast for art teachers. This show is produced by the Art of Education University, and I'm your host, Tim Bogatz. It is Tuesday, the day after Labor Day, and a lot of people have their first day of school today. You know, some people are going back face-to-face, some are doing a hybrid model, some people are going to be teaching all online, and some people are saying, people are just going back to school now? I've been in school for a month already. But no matter your situation, no matter where you are in your school year, I know everyone is looking for new ideas. Everyone's looking for good ideas, strategies that are working, especially if you're teaching online. My guest today is a middle school teacher from Georgia named Jerald Robinson. He's been doing a lot of great things with his students this school year, and I wanted him to share some of his best ideas. You may recognize him from the winter conference that we did earlier in 2020, which feels like it was, 10,000 years ago, but he did a great presentation on doing murals in your community. And so you may recognize his voice when he's on here, and we'll get to that in just a second. Before we bring him on, though, I wanted to talk about some additional resources that we have on the AOEU website that can help you navigate everything that comes with teaching right now. We're fresh off our Return to Learn webinar last Thursday, which was a great evening of learning with teachers from all across the country, and presentations from Jen Russell, Abby Shookai, Joel Skolton. Those are all recorded and posted along with a ton of resources on the Return to Learn page. And whether you are teaching in person or doing hybrid or doing all remote instruction, we have resources that you need to find success. We have organized those resources for everyone, no matter your situation, and we will link to that Return to Learn page in the show notes so you can find everything that you need. All right, I think we are ready. Let's go ahead and start the interview. And LeVar Robinson is joining me now. LeVar, how are you today?
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. I've been impressed with everything that you've been sharing online, everything that you've been doing with your kids. So I appreciate you taking some time to talk to me. And I guess, can we just start off with an introduction? Can you tell us a little bit about who you are, where you teach, and what your teaching situation is right now? Like, what does school look like for you?
So my name is actually Jerald Robinson. So LeVar is my middle name, but when you see me online, you see Art by LeVar. I guess it just sounds cooler and more artsy. Oh, Jerald. So I don't know why I started doing that. That's my little story behind LeVar. And I'm the art teacher at Tapp Middle School in Powder Springs, Georgia. And we're fully online in Title I school. And so we're dealing with students not having, everything they need. Some we had to get computers. It's just been the full crazy spectrum of problems. Working through it though.
Yeah, I know it's a challenge for sure. I want to talk about that in just a second. But first, can you tell us a little bit about your tech setup? Like, what do you have to record videos to show students what you're doing? Like, what does that look like? What do you have all put together to do your lessons?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a movie right now. One of those tech guys at Star Trek. Got screens and gadgets everywhere. So I'm usually working from this is my school laptop I'm working on, my Mac. And then I have my little Lenovo beside that. When I need to, I'll have a tab with a couple of my apps that I'm working on so I can do the double screen, because the ideal is facing the wall at your desk, when you're in the classroom.
Yeah.
So I might have double screens going. But I have I'm turned this way so you can see my screen behind me. I can show stuff on that to the kids. So I was working on something this morning with that. And I have my iPad up top on a mount. So I'm giving the PBIS points. We have that system too, the positive.
Oh, yep.
So I'm clicking points on that for kids doing good stuff. I got my little ring light up here. My cell phone's mounted up on the mount up here. So if I want to videotape myself and drop a clip on Twitter or something, and a Recordex if they want to see my paper, I got that on the side so I can draw and or whatever, and they can see me work with me. So it's just full spectrum gadgets all the way around, 360.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got a lot of different things that you have to do. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I guess I wanted to ask you, with all of that going on, like, does that help keep kids engaged? Like, how do you get kids signed on? How do you keep them engaged with what you're doing? Do you have any specific lessons that have worked really well for keeping kids excited about learning right now?
Yeah, we haven't had a little fun with it, like the Flipgrid, working that app and just having the discussions. I didn't think that they would be that engaged on that, but they're internet kids, they're Instagram, Snapchat, and so they're used to making little video clips. So we give a topic every week, and the first one was, if you could be any art tool, what would you be and how would you change the world? So they had a lot of fun just working with that app. So that'll be a good one. And just things to keep them moving. I had that idea that they're sitting at the computer, and a lot of teachers may not think about it. They don't get to walk down the hall to the next class and run down there and play or something. So the first one was just make the color wheel found objects challenge. So they had to run around the house, find little things with different colors and arrange it like a color wheel.
Yeah.
And take a little picture and upload that. So just finding little cool things like that they can move a little bit and just do something crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. Can you give me a couple other examples of ideas, maybe like other questions you've had in Flipgrid or other lessons that you may have coming up that you think will be engaging?
Even like the warm up, I borrowed from one of my friends on the other side of the county, just having them do a start class with a I see, I think, I wonder. So I'll put a picture up or photo or painting or something from someone, and just to spark some art thought, some creative thought, and they'll give their response and put that in my chat. So that's also the way I take the role for attendance. So I know everybody put it in the chat. So I'm just thinking of different ideas like that. And what's next? I don't know. We're just finding ways to work with minimal to no supplies. That's also a huge part of it with what I'm working with. So
yeah, that actually was the next thing that I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned in the introduction, you're at a Title I school. I know it's a struggle for a lot of kids to get the supplies. So can you talk a little bit about what you are trying to do for kids that don't have supplies? Like, how do you get those to them? Or if you can't, or they don't have things, like, how do you design your lessons around, the idea that maybe kids don't have what they need or at least don't have the ideal supplies for art making?
Right. Yeah. I started out the first week and just sent out a survey. So I wanted with the kids just to see, what do you have, what you need to get, can you get it, or do you just not have anything, your parents can't get it? So trying to just get a little list of kids who need stuff and put a little package together. And schedule a day and just stay late and see if parents can come pick up, and then we'll see who could pick up also and try to get that out to them. So I've got some donors already. I just brought in a couple of cases of sketchbooks, and I've got markers.
Nice.
And a couple of the churches and organizations around will be donating. So hopefully I can get a nice group of packages together and see if we can do distribution on that. But, while we're waiting, I started out just basic, just pencils. You have a pencil and some paper at home. It don't have to be a fancy sketchbook. Whatever you have, art is everything. Art is everywhere. So we find ways to just work with them, because that's how I started. Being one of the poorest kids in the school, coming from that background. So I understand. We always had pencils and paper at home. So I guess that's how I got good with pencils.
Yeah, that's cool. And do you just have kids, like, if they just have pencil and paper, do you just have them doing like observation drawing? Do you have them doing creative stuff? Do you have them writing? Like, what kinds of lessons are you doing with minimal supplies?
Yeah, just starting out with the, basic elements and principles. So being able to go through that, do a few sketches, do a few techniques. We just worked on some basic techniques because we started out with a couple of weeks behind anyways. And so if we can get through
Right.
that, that's like the scaffolding. So the elements and principles are going to be in everything. So we just worked through each thing like we did that color wheel deal. So you didn't even need supplies for that. Just my red toothbrush cover, put that there, get a blue marker or something, put them in a little circle and take a picture.
Yep, that's cool. That works well. So the other thing I wanted to ask you about was art club, because I saw that you had a tweet where you have like 100 kids signed up for art club, and
I saw these like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, like, first of all, like, how you're going to handle that, and secondly, like, if you just can talk a little bit about what your plans are, because I think teachers everywhere are trying to wrap their heads around, what does art club look like? How can I do it from a distance? What kinds of things can I do online? So can you just talk a little bit about what that's going to look like for you?
Oh yeah, this is very new. Last year, I think I had about 16 kids and about 12 weeks. So now it's like 100, mostly in the school, and I think sixth grade has the most. So I'm going to split it and meet every other week with them. So sixth grade will meet the first and third Thursday, and then the 7-8 group will meet the second and fourth, and just keeping the activity simple. I think we will start out just doing photography or something. So we may do a little black and white challenge of working with light, shadow, different things, and probably plan our first art show with the art club and
nice
digital art show. And I want to get just like black and white photos and see if we can do that, maybe with parents or siblings or something. So I'm working my head around that, but just doing simple things like that, not trying to overcomplicate it. If we can find any competitions out there, I like to keep kids just getting in as many as they can with that too.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that reflects really well on you, though, that you got so many kids who are excited, about working with you, about doing art. So yeah, I think those would be some good ideas. But that feels like kind of the theme of this school year. Just keep it simple, like make sure everything's manageable. So.
My biggest thing, a lot of people I think are overcomplicating it. I don't know, some of them can manage it or whatever, but that doesn't work for me. And I know come from where the kids come from. So I just keep it simple.
Yeah, that's fair. So cool. Hey, just real quick, last thing before we go. I know you do so much art, you put out so much content. Can you just talk about, the podcasts that you're doing, or anything else that you're putting out there that you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, this is some new fun that we're having. I'm trying to get a little content out too. So we just started a couple of weeks ago. I have a podcast called Rooted in Love, the Rooted in Love Show. So we're basically, talking to family and friends and, older folks, and some might be a little younger in our age and whatnot, but that's been through situations, been through things, and still, doing good and finding a way to make it through life. So the first is my uncle who spent 12 years in prison.
Yeah, I watched that. It was fascinating to listen to some of his stories.
And, had no chance in life and still finding a way. So just something to motivate the youth and show them that you can still make it through situations. And my other is I also have my own company, hip hop and events promotions company. It's called Super Dope Fresh. So a lot of people don't know I'm also a break dancer. And I did
nice. I didn't know that.
And DJing and everything. So that's how I started with the break dancers, just selling apparel at events and all. But our shows, we just talking to local people who are connected through hip hop and what are they doing and connecting it to the real life. So, we're always trying to promote and lift up the youth and kind of motivate. So how are these people making it in getting real jobs, showing them how to get jobs, seeing what these people are doing, where they're going, and just how to make it through, because we don't see this good side of hip hop. Like it don't get that much spotlight. So we want to put the spotlight on, guys like me that's a teacher that's not too popular in the regular hip hop world.
Right.
Out here motivating kids and working in the community and whatnot. But we're doing it everywhere. The breakdance community is worldwide, and most people just don't even know So connecting with folks like that, and just talk to a brother from Africa. We're going to be promoting his event, in
Nice.
Uganda, and I may go there when the world opens back up.
Wow.
For the
Yeah.
next event. So lots of fun with that. Just promoting that positive side of hip hop.
Nice. That's really cool. And then where can people find you online if they want to follow you?
At Art by LeVar, LEVAR, the middle name.
Yes.
Or Super Dope Fresh. That's one word, SUPADOPEFRESH. So, we try to, just like hip hop, do flip negative words and make it positive, like that dope, just the dopeness, feeling good, feeling great, and doing good things.
All right. Love it. LeVar, thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate it. You taking some time, sharing everything that you're doing. It was good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you too. We can't wait to get back with your next event.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Thank you to Jerald Robinson for coming on, sharing all of his ideas. And we will make sure that we link to his social media handles so you can find him, follow along with everything he's doing, both in his school and outside of school. He's got a lot of incredibly creative things going on. Next week, we'll come back with some big picture thinking with Jason Blair, talking about creativity, collaboration, and learning. I think it's going to be a really good episode. In the meantime, check out that Return to Learn page that I talked about. You can find that on the AOEU website. You can watch that webinar recording from last Thursday, grab all the resources you need, and hopefully they can help you as you get started with this school year. Good luck. Art Ed Radio is produced by the Art of Education University with audio engineering from Michael Crocker. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next week when we have Jason Blair on the show.